What's going on, guys? Shonen Express here, delivering to you my review of The Promised Neverland, Chapter 146, Battle at the Royal Capital. The first thing I want to talk about is the color spread at the beginning of this chapter. It's really cool that we got that color spread. I like seeing that. I believe that The Promised Neverland actually had the cover this time too. It is the 3rd anniversary of The Promised Neverland after all, which is awesome. It's been going for 3 years now, which is great. I've only been reading it week to week for about a year now, but it's still an awesome series. It's really good to see that it's lasted this long, and we're in the final arc, so that's very exciting. But I like the color spread, a lot of characters in there, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of little details that you can see, even like there's a little name card that said Goldie Soup under the one, or Goldie Punch or something under the one thing. I'll put the image there, but it was really cool to see this color spread. I really liked it a lot. So one of the first things that kind of sparked my interest about this chapter is I'm wondering if the demons, as part of their pact, or the royal demons at least, as part of their pact or their reward that they have to give to that demon that his name is always in like the weird demon writing. If you know how to pronounce that, please leave it down in the comment section below. I have no idea, so I'm just going to call him the Demon King from now on. But I wonder if the Demon King, part of his reward is they have to do that sacrifice to him. It seems a little strange because he kind of felt impartial, at least when Emma was talking with him. But, you know, who knows? He is still a demon, I guess. So I guess he would still require sustenance. And so that sacrifice might be necessary. But I just saw that and was wondering, you know, how necessary it was. This plan by Norman is incredible. So we saw last week at the very end, we saw a bridge blow up. That was Norman making a diversion to get a lot of the guards out of the city. That's clear now. But now he's blown up all the entrances into the city. You can't get into the city, and he's closed all the gates to the palace, so you can't get into the palace. Meaning there's only 300 guards in the palace, and we've seen how useless they are. But this plan is going exactly how Norman imagined it would go. Norman obviously is one of the smartest characters, if not the smartest character we've seen in the entire series. So of course this plan was well thought out and a great plan. But some of the things I want to highlight is Barbara is, I believe, what her name is. She's kind of the crazy one. She went ham this chapter. She bashed in some demons. It's weird to see like humans be able to compete physically with the demons. I guess we've just been dealing with children for a long time, that, you know, grown adults have more of a chance, at least against some of these demons, as we saw Barbara in this chapter really clean up shop. Also, I want to say that Gillian's men, I'm going to call him Gillian. I don't know if it's Gillian or Gillian. Sometimes those G's and J's get mixed up in the translation, but Gillian's men are incredible. 50 of them go into the palace against the 300 guys they know are in the palace. I thought that was super cool. You know, these guys are confident. They are battle trained and ready. And we see obviously later in the chapter why they are very confident. But I think it's cool that they sent just 50 in against those 300 to take down the royal palace. I thought it showed that Gillian's men definitely had some major strength on their side. Also, if anybody was sleeping on Gillian himself, stop sleeping on him. That he is on fire. He has a plan just like Norman has a plan, and he's executing on that plan. I thought it was awesome to see that a bunch of the guards were actually working for him, or he had turned them somehow. I'm still not totally clear how that works, but he had turned them to his side somehow. Gillian's got a plan. He is ready to throw down, and he's about to kill the rest of the court that he hasn't already killed. He's already done major damage to that court, and he intends to go further. What I thought was interesting about him this chapter is he took his mask off, specifically when preparing to fight. So I mean, obviously that shows an immense amount of confidence, but I'm excited to see what that really means, and we know that the eyes, you know, the face of the demons are their weak spots, but he took his mask off, he's ready to go. I'm very excited to see what happens next. And we haven't even seen some other characters come in. But Gillian this chapter definitely put in the work. Amazing job. The only other thing is that the queen says something at the end, and I'll put the panel up here. But the queen says something like, how foolish, or like this will not amount to anything. The queen is confident. I think it's in her. Now, it could be that she knows something that we don't know that's not her, but I think she's going to end up being really strong. But she knows something, and something's going to go down next chapter. So, as you know, we are in the final arc of The Promised Neverland. This is it, folks. After this story is going to end. This is the wrap-up arc. So I'm starting to think of ways of how it's going to end. How are we going to wrap up? And like I said, about the queen, I think that the queen is going to actually take Gillian down. I think she is going to throw this whole plan into disarray and take back control of the capital. And then I think Emma is going to show up. Sungjo and Music are going to show up with Dawn and Gilda. I think that's when the real fight's going to happen. I think that Norman is going to turn. He's going to go with them because he doesn't have any other choice, or he's going to die in this attempt right now against the queen. I think either is possible. I actually think that it's more likely that he'll die. I think that because we've seen Norman kind of take a fall recently, I don't think he can live through this experience. I think he's got to die, and this would be a great time for his whole plan to crumble and for Emma to come in, tell Sungjo and Musica her plan to rewrite the walls with the Demon King, and for that plan to be the one that works in sort of like a twist kind of way. So that's my guess kind of going forward about what we're about to encounter going forward. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked anything I had to say, please leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. I bring you manga reviews every single week along with my weekly rankings at the end of the week. I do One Piece, The Promised Neverland, and Tokyo Shinobi Squad. If you haven't read any of those three, I would encourage you to do so. Tokyo Shinobi Squad's really quick. That one's coming out on this Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that, as well as my weekly rankings coming out this Thursday. So look out for that as well. Also, if you had anything to say, if you have anything about this chapter that you think I didn't cover or didn't notice, leave it down in the comment section below. I'd love to have a conversation about it. But for now, that's all I got. So this is Shonen Express, signing out.